from Madison going to Boston, west of Boston. When you came into town, the first thing on the left was our post office. And it's been moved recently. The next building was the doctor's office, the second building. That's on the left. And the next building, where the cafe is now, it was pushed back some, but it was a service station. Sold Sinclair gas. And then right across the street, right in the middle of the street was our city well. City well, and the bell above it. If it had a fire or something at the gym or any place, ring that bell. I know the city well was there, but we never would drink any water out of it because I don't know, it was contaminated some way. And then, especially after the town drunk fell in it. yeah, fell in the well. And and he was all right, but his whiskey fell with him, so he wasn't in a real big hurry to get out. It wasn't all that deep, evidently. And the next, right across from there, was another service station, Pure Oil, sold Pure Oil. And the next building up was my Uncle George Nunn's grocery store. And the next building was a mechanic shop where anybody had to put spark plugs in the car, had a little jack leg mechanic, really. But going in on the right, right across the street, going into Bostrick on the right was the first building we'd get to. My recollection, I remember the laundry had a dry cleaning place on the right, but it torn down, I'd say, in the early 40s. The next building was a train depot where my Uncle George Nunn was a clerk. He didn't have to stay over there all the time. Just when the train ran, he left his grocery store and came down there and did clerical work. And the next building was the hotel. When I was growing up, they quit taking, they wasn't using the hotel then. It was just families, a family lived upstairs and several families throughout the years. But there's 2 grocery stores downstairs. 2 grocery stores. The McDougal family run on one side. Mr. C.T. Martin, Mr. Hersherlow at one time. It's changed hands several times. There's 2 grocery stores there. And the next door was the Bostrick Supply, which it sold everything. In fact, I sit there and get my shoes once or twice a year, get my overalls and that kind of stuff. And it sold lumber, coal, kerosene. Well, it had 2 gas pumps too, so a lot of gas was sold up there. And fertilizer, a lot of fertilizer. Madison was always big, and Rutledge bigger than Bostrick, always has been. But we grew to a certain extent, and around it, before his industry, we just had the cotton gin there. Before that, we had an oil mill. Oil mill, that's when the hotel was thriving, because they would come there to work in the ginnery. They'd come there to work instead of even 5, 6 miles was a long way to go back every day. They would stay in the hotel.